Field coming to the 1 to go one more time. Getting ready to line them up. Owen Barnhill on the point. We're going to do single file restarts rest of the night. In this class, single file restart. Owen Barnhill on the gas, the Rowville Rocket off and running. The Bounty Hunter Wyatt Parker second. Then it's going to be Jason Jackson, followed by Terry Mayhair. Mayhair looking to make a move, as is Justin Adams. One lap on the board. Owen Barnhill out front showing the way. 19 to go. Barnhill, your leader. The Bounty Hunter Wyatt Parker running second. Then it's going to be Jason Jackson, Justin Adams. And in the fifth spot, it is caution on the track, racing back. We got the number 66 smoking strong as we have caution. Lap 3. Caution is brought out by the 00 of Ashton Lewis. Bobby Hayes and the Hot Mess Express must have signed an agreement with the Snoop Dogg Corp. Smoking them if you got them. Dalton Jernigan looks like he needed a little push. Getting ready to restart, 3 on the board. 20 laps the distance. Owen Barnhill, Wyatt Parker, your front two. Third spot is going to be the 50 of Jason Jackson, followed by Justin Adams. Then it's going to be the 94 of Terry Mayhair, followed by the 21 of Ronnie Harris, your top 6. Green flag in the air. We are back underway. 3 on the board, 17 to go here at Southern Raceway. Owen Barnhill, Wyatt Parker, Jason Jackson looking to the inside of Parker, going down the backstretch. Parker feeling the heat from Jackson. Jackson right behind Parker. Justin Adams checking out the action as Owen Barnhill is starting to pull away from the field and enjoying about a 5 to 6, now make it 7 to 8 car length advantage. Owen Barnhill in the Rowville Rocket, Wyatt Parker. Then is going to be Jason Jackson. Behind Jason Jackson, it's going to be Justin Adams, Terry Mayhair, Ronnie Harris. Then it's going to be the 31 of Billy Wild. As we keep under green, 6 on the board. 14 to go. Debris reported in 3 and 4 for the caution, lap 7, and a mishap over in 2. Trying to get the numbers on those cars, got one going the wrong way. Owen Barnhill, Wyatt Parker, Jason Jackson, Justin Adams, Terry Mayhair, Ronnie Harris. Then it's going to be Billy Wild and the 21 of Dallas Lisbon. Waiting to get the number at the setting at the bottom of turn 4. The 33 back underpowered. That's going to be Chase Jenkins. Field coming to 1 to go this time by. We've got 7 on the board. Owen Barnhill, Wyatt Parker, Jason Jackson, Justin Adams. Then it's going to be Terry Mayhair, the 21 of Ronnie Harris, the 21 of Dallas Lisbon. Behind Dallas Lisbon is the 36 machine, Alex Roby. Green flag in the air. We are back underway. 7 on the board. Owen Barnhill trying to pull away from Wyatt Parker. Parker starting to fade down the backstretch as Barnhill's got it on a rail right now. He's pulled about a 3-car length advantage. Jason Jackson, Justin Adams trying to move up to challenge Wyatt Parker as everybody's chasing Owen Barnhill. We got 8 on the board. The Rowville Rockets showing the way as the battle for second, third, and fourth starts to shape up. Barnhill now out to about a 10-car length lead as we're coming to halfway. The cross flags in the air at the flag stand. 10 down, 10 to go. Owen Barnhill, your leader. Wyatt Parker. Then it's going to be Jason Jackson, but Justin Adams is making sure he sees the front end of that number 1 out of Baker, Florida. The Rowville Rocket continues to lead. Wyatt Parker second, Jason Jackson, Justin Adams. Then it's going to be the 21 of Ronnie Harris getting around Terry Mayhair. Then it's going to be Dallas Lisbon behind Mayhair. Alex Roby, the 00 of Ashton Lewis. Out front, it remains Owen Barnhill. 12 on the board. Oh, we got one slowing on the front stretch. Caution flying. We've got 13 on the board, 7 to go. Owen Barnhill, your leader. Wyatt Parker, second. Jason Jackson, Justin Adams, Ronnie Harris, Terry Mayhair, Dallas Lisbon. Then it's going to be Alex Roby, Ashton Lewis, the 2 of Landon Harris, and the 30 of Kendall Kimmons. Driving into the box, Owen Barnhill on the gas, green flag, 7 laps to go. Barnhill leading the run down into 1. Wyatt Parker trying to get some momentum going, and he drove right to the back bumper coming off at 2, slid up the track, and has now lost about 2 to 3 car lengths on Owen Barnhill. Wyatt Parker has company coming in Jason Jackson and Justin Adams. Adams is wanting to get around Jackson as the battle for 3rd and 4th closes in on being a slugfest. 5 laps to go this time by. Owen Barnhill is your leader. Barnhill showing the way. Wyatt Parker about 10 car lengths back now in second. Jason Jackson closing in on him, and Justin Adams is closing in on Jackson. As we've got 3 cars battling it out for 2nd through 4th as Barnhill rockets along, the driver out of Monroeville, Florida. IMCA Open Wheel Modifieds, get your cars ready. You are up next. 3 laps to go this time by for Owen Barnhill. The Monroeville Rockets showing the way. Barnhill, Wyatt Parker. Then it's going to be Jason Jackson, Justin Adams, and Ronnie Harris still holding on to that 5th spot. 2 laps to go. Owen Barnhill now enjoying about a 15-plus car length advantage. Lap 19 caution. Getting ready for a green-white checker finish. Owen Barnhill as we get ready for overtime at Southern Raceway. Barnhill, Wyatt Parker, Jason Jackson, Justin Adams, Ronnie Harris, Terry Mayhair. Then it's going to be the 00 of Ashton Lewis. Dallas Lisbon, Alex Roby, and Landon Harris to your lineup as we go to overtime. Owen Barnhill on the gas, green flag in the air. Ashton Lewis spinning, coming off turn 4. Move away from the fence, please. Move away from the fence. Barnhill, Wyatt Parker. Then it's going to be Jason Jackson, Justin Adams, Ronnie Harris, Terry Mayhair, Dallas Lisman, Alex Roby. Overtime number 2 in effect. Owen Barnhill in charge of the field. Wyatt Parker second. Jason Jackson third. Justin Adams fourth. Ronnie Harris fifth. Owen Barnhill leading the run down into 1. Overtime number 2 underway. Wyatt Parker trying to touch base, and he slides up coming off 2 and loses about a car length and a half on Owen Barnhill. Barnhill powering off number 4. White flag in the air last lap. Wyatt Parker running second. Jason Jackson, Justin Adams in that order. Adams looking underneath Jackson as Barnhill continues to power away. Justin Adams trying to get past Jason Jackson. And it's Owen Barnhill, your winner. Getting ready for feature number 2. IMCA open wheel modified. Here's your lineup for the IMCA open wheel modifieds. It's going to be the 22 of Preston Sones, the 69 of Justin Scott, row 2 Jesse Savage, James Roding, row 3 Nathan Ingersoll and Josh Strink, row 4 Jason Lockwood and Anthony Freeman, row 5 Britco Eisenhunt and Scott Sessions, row 6 Jonathan Pinkard and Brandon Harris in the Wild One, row 7 Travis Snellgrove and Owen Barnhill, row 8 Kevin Blocker and Michael Thorpe. Getting ready to go 20 laps, IMCA open wheel modified, 16 cars. Owen Barnhill having to slip into a car a little more uncomfortable. His IMCA open wheel modified. Going 20 laps. Big thank you once again to Crystal, Highway 90 in Milton. Right Now Renovations, Catholic Insurance, Chevrolet, Just Dirt Productions, Miller Motorsports and Blizzard Racing Engines, Southland Clearing and Hauling, Acceptance Insurance, Hoosier Tires, Bill's RV Sales and Service, O'Reilly Auto Parts, National Cremation, and Sunoco Racing Fuels. Preston Sones in the 22 leads them out onto the track. IMCA open wheel modifieds. Good car count tonight for them, 16 cars on the lineup. We'll get you looks like we had a few have problems, but we're getting them rolling out. There's Jonathan Pinkert in the 7. Field starting to double up. Looks like Travis Snellgrove in the 94 coming to a stop on the backstretch. Greg in the side-by-side to the rescue. Travis Snellgrove looks like he's going to need a push. I don't know if it's going to try to refire the engine or push it off the track. We'll find out. Front row, Preston Soanes, Justin Scott. Row 2, Jesse Savage, James Rohde. Looks like Snellgrove is going to miss the start. There's the 26, Owen Barnhill. Preston Soanes, Justin Scott leading the field into the starting box. Soanes has the right, and we're off and running. Looks like we got problems before turn 1. Can't win it going into 1, but you can definitely ruin your night. And it looks like a couple of nights are on the short life support system. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go near the fence. Ladies and gentlemen, move away from the fence. Get away from the fence down in turn 1. You have been warned. They're getting the cars cleared off the track, blocking them going from turn 1. Trying to get the numbers on the cars that are down there in turn 1. From what I'm hearing, the drivers are okay. Looks like that Ford's got more power than we think. Let's hear it, Blue Oval fans. That Ford tractor's built tough. Got him out of the mud pit. Looks like the 49 to Kevin Blocker was involved in that. Trying to see which car's on the hook coming by. That's going to be the 55 machine of Jesse Savage. That's a 33 of Britt Eisenhunt. Britt Eisenhunt looks like he's driving with an airfoil on the back of that 33. Away from the fence, folks. Last time we asked. Looks like he's trying to flop it off. Preston Jones, Justin Scott, row 1. Row 2, Nathan Ingersoll, James Roding. Britt Eisenhunt trying to move back into his spot as we rack them up and start all over again. 0 laps on the board. Green flag in the air. Preston Jones leads the run down into 1. Justin Scott slides right in behind him. Then it's going to be Nathan Ingersoll in the 27. Followed by James Roding. Oh no! Turn 4. One lap on the board. Turn 4, we've got a car stuck. Cannot see which car that is. Get you that car number. While we've got this moment, let me give you the 50-50 ticket number. Big winner tonight. Ticket number 080357. Once again, that 50-50 ticket number, blue ticket 080357. Come to the tower and collect your prize. I understand you have friends racing, but you need to be in your seats. away from the fence. This is for your safety. We've got one on the board, 19 to go. Who's? Oh, let's see who the winner is. Maybe the announcer can get Waffle House out of this. 080357. We have a winner. Congratulations. That caution brought out by the 46. Preston Soames out front. Justin Scott second. Then it's going to be Nathan Ingersoll. Green flag in the air. We're back to racing. James Rohde in fourth. Fifth spot. Out front, it's going to be Preston Soames. Then it's going to be Nathan Ingersoll. Justin Scott falls back to fourth, as the third spot's going to be the 52. Making it the 53 is Scott Sessions. Out front, Preston Soames. Looks like we're going to try to log some laps. We got 2 on the board, 3 next time by, as Owen Barnhill gets around Brett Coe-Eisenhunt. 3 on the board. We're staying green. Preston Soames is closing in quickly on the 17 of Anthony Freeman. Britt Coe-Eisenhunt going slow on the backstretch in the 33 as he is dragging that airfoil something fierce. Preston Soames gets around. Nathan Ingersoll gets around. The 17 of Anthony Freeman. The 33 of Britt Coe-Eisenhunt goes off. Eisenhunt exits lap 5. Looks like he might have had a flat tire. Owen Barnhill trying to stay in front of the 22 of Preston Soames, who's feeling the heat from Nathan Ingersoll. Lap 6 for the 04. James Rohde. James Rohde in the 04 brings out the caution, lap number 6 here at Southern Raceway. It's going to be Preston Soames, Nathan Ingersoll, Scott Sessions. Then it's going to be Justin Scott, your front 4. Behind Justin Scott, it's going to be the wild one of Brandon Harris. Then it's going to be Jason Lockwood in the 46, the 26B of Owen Barnhill. Looking for the 17. Looks like he's going to drop tail end of the field. That's Anthony Freeman. James Rohde getting pushed out of the mud. Looks like he might need a push to get fired off to rejoin the field. Field coming to the 1 to go, it looks like. It's going to be Preston Sones, Nathan Ingersoll, Scott Sessions, Justin Scott. Getting ready to go back to racing. We've got 6 on the board, 14 to go here at Southern Raceway. Here comes Britt Coe-Eisenhunt. Looks like he's got a new Hoosier. Green flag in the air. Nathan Ingersoll peeking to the inside of Preston Sones. Sones holds him off. Scott Sessions looking to really mix it up, as is the wild one, Brandon Harris. Out front, Preston Sones. Nathan Ingersoll might look to the high side. Thinks better of it, falls back in line. Here comes Scott Sessions, Brandon Harris, and Justin Scott, your top 5. Lap number 7 coming to complete lap number 8 in the open wheel modified. Preston Sones, your leader. Sones showing the way. Nathan Ingersoll, Scott Sessions, Brandon Harris, Justin Scott, Jason Lockwood, James Rohde. There's Owen Barnhill and Anthony Freeman. 9 on the board, 11 to go. Preston Sones putting on a clinic, and he's holding off one heck of a hot shoe behind him in Nathan Ingersoll. Ingersoll logging laps, trying to take care of his equipment and finding the moment to hopefully spring into action to get around Preston Sones if possible. We're halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. 11 on the board this next time by. Preston Sones has about a car length advantage over Nathan Ingersoll. 4 back to Scott Sessions. 3 back to Brandon Harris. And a long way back to Justin Scott. 12 down, 8 to go. Preston oh, look out. Big move, as it looks like Scott Sessions might have gotten crossed up. Caution lap 12. Scott Sessions, Brandon Harris, and Nathan Ingersoll all trying to squeeze into one spot. That's like 3 fat men trying to get into an old-time phone booth. It doesn't work. Scott Sessions pushed off the berm. Looks like he's trying to get ready for a push start. Here comes Greg for the assist on that. Scott Sessions driving off, trying to get the 53 back underpowered. Looks like Nathan Ingersoll committed a no-no. He's been directed to the tail end of the field. don't know what Greg has stopped for over in turn 4, but something seems to be wrong. We've got 12 on the board, 8 to go. Scott Sessions getting his car fired back up. Rejoins the field. On the board, Preston Sones, your leader, and Brandon Harris, as well as Justin Scott, row 2. Harris goes with Sones as they lead the run into 1. Justin Scott in 3rd. Here comes Nathan Ingersoll, but James Rohde's in front of Ingersoll. Not for long. Nathan Ingersoll moves up to 4th, getting around James Rohde. Now he's going to slice like a hot Ginsu knife around Justin Scott as he wants to close in on that lead. Brandon Harris tried to get around Sones. Now Nathan Ingersoll getting around Harris. Ingersoll is up on the wheel, leading them down into turn 1. 14 on the board, and Nathan Ingersoll put to the back of the field, now back up to 2nd as Brandon Harris goes high off of 2. Harris going off the track. We've got 5 to go, and it's Preston Sones and Nathan Ingersoll trying to settle it down mano a mano. Jason Lockwood 3rd, Justin Scott 4th. Then it's going to be Scott Sessions, James Rohde, and Owen Barnhill. Ingersoll seems like he gets close but cannot break through the bubble behind Preston Sones with 4 laps to go. Preston Sones settling it down into 3, drifting up, coming off 4. Nathan Ingersoll right behind him. Then it's going to be Jason Lockwood, Justin Scott. There goes Scott Sessions. Owen Barnhill. 2 laps to go this time by. The drivers will get the 2 sticks. They got the horns. 2 to go. Preston Sones, Nathan Ingersoll, Jason Lockwood. Then it's going to be Scott Sessions, James Rohde. White flag in the air, last lap. Coming to the checkered flag. Going into turn 3, it's Preston Sones. Nathan Ingersoll trying to close in. Checkered flag, Preston Sones. Jason Lockwood crosses the line 3rd, followed by Scott Sessions and James Rohde. Getting ready, 604 crate late models. Your lineup. Front row will be Stephen Jernigan and Bo Slay. Row 2, Colton Linedecker, Tim Anderson. Row 3, Bud Thompson, Kurt Horn. Tail end of the field, Eli Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are tuning in to Just Dirt, do me a favor. They need the love and need a lot of stars. So please send them their way. 604 crate late models. Here they come. There's your pole setter, Steven Jernigan, Bo Slay, Colton Leindecker, Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson, Kurt Horn, and tail end of the field, Eli Johnson. Getting the field doubled up. Getting ready to go 20 laps. 604 crate late models. Steven Jernigan, Milton, Florida, set the fast lap, 15.85 seconds. Bo Slay and Colton Leindecker, second and third in qualifying at 15.90 seconds. Tim Anderson, the fourth fastest. He's second in points, just behind the 77 of Bud Thompson. Field coming to a green. Steven Jernigan in charge of the field, going into the starter's box in turn 4. Green flag, we're underway. Steven Jernigan, Bo Slay, the run to 1. Jernigan gets the lead, but Slay's not going down easy. Slay slides into second as Colton Leindecker moves into third ahead of Tim Anderson in fourth. Bud Thompson into the fifth spot. Then it's going to be Kurt Horn and Eli Johnson. Steven Jernigan, he's going to try to go wire to wire, and he's already pulled out about a 2-car length advantage over Bo Slay. Slay trying to catch up with Jernigan and hold off Leindecker at the same time. Leindecker fading a little bit, Slay fading a little bit as everybody's trying to chase down Steven Jernigan in the 24. 3 on the board. 602 Sportsman. 602 Sportsman, get ready. You're up next. Once again, welcome back to everyone from Just Dirt Productions. Thanks to Just Dirt Productions, Southern Raceway, and Buster McDaniel Racing for being online live with us tonight from East Milton. Steven Jernigan showing the way. Bo Slay, Colton Leindecker, Colton Leindecker. Don't know why I thought it was somebody else. Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson, Kurt Horn, and the 12 of Eli Johnson. We've got 5 on the board, 15 to go. They are logging laps and putting it to work. Steven Jernigan really putting it to work. He's got that 24 hooked up and pulling the train from the station. Eli Johnson slowed but back under power now. Bo Slay feeling the heat from Colton Leindecker. Oh, yellow flag. The 12 of Eli Johnson, lap 7. That was almost a bad mishap, and spinning to avoid Eli Johnson was the 85 of Kurt Horn. Drivers appear to be okay. BVDs might be questionable after that encounter. It's going to be Steven Jernigan, Bo Slay, Colton Leindecker. Tried to avoid all the mishap, got on the binders. He's now waiting for the field to catch up so he can slide into the third spot ahead of Tim Anderson. Kurt Horn now back underway. Looks like everybody's back under power. 7 on the board, 13 to go. Bo Slade chooses the high side as we get ready for the Delaware restart. Row 3, Tim Anderson. Then it's going to be Bud Thompson. Row 4 will be the 12 of Eli Johnson and the 85 of Kurt Horn. Steven Jernigan leading them into the box for the restart. Bo Slade, Colton Leindecker. Green flag in the air. Leindecker looks like he's got the line to get around Bo Slade. He completes the pass as Bud Thompson gets around Tim Anderson. While we've got Jernigan out front, we've got a battle in the point standings between 4th and 5th. Bud Thompson, the points leader, in the 4th spot as we put 8 on the board. Colton Leindecker up to 2nd as he made the move on Bo Slade. As everybody's trying to chase Milton, Steven Jernigan. 9 on the board, 11 to go. Jernigan, your leader. Colton Leindecker, Bo Slade, Bud Thompson, Tim Anderson. Then it's going to be Eli Johnson and Kurt Horn. Jernigan putting on a clinic as we're 10 down, 10 to go. Leindecker looking to make his move if at all possible. Trying to watch Steven Jernigan checking his line, trying to see if he can find an opening as we've got 9 to go. And the front 2 cars are separated by about 2 to 2.5 car lengths, with Bo Slade lurking in 3rd. Jernigan, consistent lines. And he's making it work, but Leindecker really caught up in turn 1. Could he be looking to set up a move in the waning moments? Steven Jernigan out front. Colton Leindecker, Bo Slade, Bud Thompson, Tim Anderson. Then it's going to be Eli Johnson. Out front, it is Steven Jernigan. Maybe trying to get ready to put a slower vehicle between him and the rest of the field, as he has got that 24 hooked up. And Leindecker's now starting to fade as those Hoosiers heat up. And Eli Johnson went way high, letting the leaders go. Eli Johnson let the whole field get past him, and now he's trying to resume and regain power. 5 laps to go. Steven Jernigan, Colton Leindecker, Bo Slade, Bud Thompson, and Tim Anderson in that order. Steven Jernigan, he is motoring and not lifting an inch. He is giving it all that 24's got. Leindecker faded. He's trying to make another move as we've got 3 laps to go. But he does not have the drive off turn 2 to keep up with Jernigan. Jernigan sets the car up into turn 1. And Leindecker closes as we've got 2 laps to go. But coming off 2, Jernigan just has all the muscle going to that right rear tire. White flag in the air this time by for Steven Jernigan. Jernigan showing the way. Colton Leindecker, Bo Slade, Bud Thompson, Tim Anderson in that order. Your winner, leader, Steven Jernigan. Colton Leindecker, Bo Slade, Bud Thompson, and then it's going to be Tim Anderson, followed by the 27 of Eli Johnson. Steven Jernigan wanting to celebrate a little bit. 602 Sportsman, get ready. This is going to be a little bit of a Donnybrook. We got Kevin Mitchell and Johnny Wright on the front row. Row 2, Johnny Wright Jr. and Kristen Rass. Row 3, Hunter Ward and Dylan Hamilton. Row 4, we've got Jack Rodriguez and Osman Jones on the lineup. Don't know if there comes Jack Rodriguez. Hey, Jack. Osman Jones. I heard he had an engine problem possibly. Field has the one to go. The lineman, Kevin Mitchell. He is on the point. Beside him, Johnny Wright out of Milton, Florida. Johnny Wright Jr. and Kristen Rass make up row 2. Row 3, Hunter Ward, Dylan Hamilton. Tail end of the field, Jack Rodriguez. Coming into turn 4. Kevin Mitchell nails the accelerator on the 99, and he is off and running into turn 1 as we're going 20 laps. 602 Sportsman. Kevin Mitchell showing the way. Johnny Wright, then Johnny Wright Jr. Here front 3. Hunter Ward and Dylan Hamilton. Then it's going to be Jack Rodriguez. And Kristen Rast. 2 on the board. Kevin Mitchell is already checked out. He is ready to see what will happen. It's Kevin Mitchell, Johnny Wright, and Johnny Wright Jr. Then it's going to be Hunter Ward and Dylan Hamilton, your top 5. Jack Rodriguez. Then it's Kristen Rast. But everybody's got to find a way to get around the sportsman machine of Kevin Mitchell. Guy Brothers Roofing's got to be proud of that 99. Because there is no let up in his giddy up tonight. 5 down, 15 to go this time by. Johnny Wright Jr. Hunter Ward getting some company from Dylan Hamilton in the 22. Hamilton decides to slide back in line. We got 5 down, 15 to go. Make it 6 this time by. Mitchell is off and running. Johnny Wright comfortably in second. Six on the board. Caution is out for the Autism Warrior, Kristen Rass, on the backstretch. Now, this is what's going to be interesting. Kevin Mitchell gets the point in the Delaware restart. Looks like Johnny Wright wants the inside. He's going to give Junior the outside. Hunter Ward, Dylan Hamilton. Let's see who's got the accelerator foot ready for row 2. Is it going to be Johnny Wright in the 7 or Junior in the 0W? Field coming to a 1 to go this time by. 6 on the board. 14 to go. Kevin Mitchell saw a huge lead evaporate, but he might get it back rather quickly, depending on how the father and son duo of Johnny Wright and Johnny Wright Jr. get along on this restart. If they are busy racing each other, Kevin Mitchell might eat up a lot of real estate and separate himself from the rest of the field. Field has gotten the one to go. We're coming back to green. Johnny Wright trying to time it. Mitchell gets the start. Johnny Wright Jr. might have gotten the drop on dear old dad. Yes, he did. Oh, we got a problem in 1 and 2 as Hunter Ward and Dylan Hamilton tangle. We've got 6 on the board. Caution in turn number 1 and 2 for the cars of for the cars of Hunter Ward and Dylan Hamilton. Johnny Wright's going to try the inside again. Johnny Wright Jr. on the outside. Jonathan McLeod, we need to see you at the tower, please. Jonathan McLeod, we need to see you at the back of the tower, please. Green flag in the air. Johnny Wright Jr. gets around dear old dad again, now trying to chase down Kevin Mitchell, who's trying to put as many acres between the two cars as he can. Kevin Mitchell, Johnny Wright Jr., Johnny Wright. There's Dylan Hamilton. Behind Dylan Hamilton is Jack Rodriguez, Hunter Ward, and then Kristen Rask. 8 down this time by for Kevin Mitchell. He has got that Guy Brothers Roofing number 99 eating up the dirt. Those Hoosiers are hooked up. He has already jumped out to once again about a 15 car length advantage. And he's going for more with 9 on the board, 11 to go. Kevin Mitchell, Johnny Wright Jr., Johnny Wright, Dylan Hamilton, Hunter Ward, Jack Rodriguez, and Kristen Rask as we are halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Mitchell making the track tonight look like child's play so far. Very consistent laps. Hitting all his marks. Vintage, get ready, you're up next. Kevin Mitchell is just making this look like a cakewalk, as he is now way out in front of Johnny Wright Jr. Try a straightaway advantage. Johnny Wright third, Dylan Hamilton, Hunter Ward, Jack Rodriguez, and Kristen Rask with 7 to go. Make that 6 this time by as Mitchell is putting on a clinic. Everybody seems to be happy. Playing follow the leader. And your leader's Kevin Mitchell. 5 to go. Johnny Wright Jr. second, Johnny Wright third, Dylan Hamilton fourth, Hunter Ward fifth, Jack Rodriguez sixth, Kristen Rask in the 7th spot. Kevin Mitchell makes me think of a song I grew up listening to. When you're hot, you're hot. And he is H-O-T boiling. I saw sparks, but I didn't see who brought them. Lap 16, trying to see who brought that caution out. Jack Rodriguez brings out that caution. Looks like Jack Rodriguez kissed the wall, and when he kissed the wall, he kissed the rear end of that car goodbye. Driver is okay, I'm glad to report. Car, not so good. They're playing pickup parts. And if you wonder why they're kicking it, I bet you that part is HOT hot. I wouldn't want to be picking them up. Glad to see Jack is okay. Kevin Mitchell, Johnny Wright Jr., Johnny Wright, Dylan Hamilton, Hunter Ward. Jack Rodriguez on the hook. Trying to see if Kristen Rask got involved in that or not. I saw sparks, but that's all I saw, folks. I'm sorry about that. I see Kristen down there. I don't know if she just got on the binders to stop or might have caught something in that. We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a big thank you to Amco Car Care and Transmissions for putting extra money in the pot, as well as Navarre Auto Repair and Murder Creek Distillery. They all added to the payouts this evening. We want to thank them for their part in that. Also, a big thank you to Food Outlet, Boyettes, Amco Car Care and Transmissions, as well as Navarre Auto Repair for being big board sponsors on the backstretch. If you would like to get a sign for your business or company here at Southern Raceway, please don't forget to see Mr. Tom or Ms. Kim. They will be happy to take care of you. I see the Jack Rodriguez machine. Looks like they're trying to get it off the track. Kristen Rask in the 717. I don't know if she's getting ready to get the hook or what's going on there. Nope. She's going around. She's okay. She just had to get on the binders. Thank you all for coming out tonight to catch all the action. Looks like they're having some trouble hooking up to the Rodriguez machine. Oh, now we understand why there's a little trouble hooking up to the Jack Rodriguez machine. The tire that came off didn't come off the back end. It came off the front. So he is buried. I thought I just saw Johnny Wright Sr. go off the track. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. They're trying to get to where they can lift the car of Jack Rodriguez up. And it looks like the tow truck couldn't get to the right angle to do it. Thank you all once again for coming out tonight. Also, thank you to Thompson Plumbing, Combat Vets, the Jeep Groups, Navarre Jeeps, Pensacola Jeeps, Baja Jeeps, as well as the Scallywag Jeeps crew. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight for tonight's mid-season championship and fireworks show at Southern Raceway.
Phil, look at me. Phil, what are you doing? Look at me. Oh.
Getting the cars moving just to keep the temperatures down on those engines. We apologize for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes when cars get in certain positions, it is hard to get them up off the track. Resetting the field for you based on when the caution flag flew. It was Kevin Mitchell, followed by Johnny Wright Jr. Johnny Wright went into the pits. That puts him to the tail end of the lead lap. That moves Dylan Hamilton to third. Excuse me. Yes, Dylan Hamilton to third, Hunter Ward to fourth, and Kristen Rast to fifth. Johnny Wright Sr. will restart the race when we can in the sixth spot. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at the Southern Raceway schedule, July 24th is going to be a series race here with the Pure Stock, Street Stock, Vintage, Stinger, Sportsman, and Modifieds. We are scheduled off next week, but please stay abreast of what's going on Facebook. That might be subject to change on July 17th. We will keep you posted about that on Facebook and update you as those schedule changes may occur. They're still working, trying to get the front end of the Jack Rodriguez machine up in the air so it can be towed off the track. I see it going up. Looks like they've got it up.
That's what she said. I think he got tucked too many field. Needed some of that blue pill. Yeah, he got
There we go. Now we've got the Jack Rodriguez machine headed off to the pits. As Jack goes by, please give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the way to end the night if you're a racer. You do not want to end it on the hook, especially with a tire broke off. Kevin Mitchell, your leader. Johnny Wright second, Dylan Hamilton third. Then it's going to be Hunter Ward, Kristen Rast, and Johnny Wright Sr. Johnny Wright Sr. was in third, but elected to drive off the track and go to the pits. Therefore, that puts him at the tail end of the lead lap. Getting ready to restart. Johnny Wright Jr. outside row 2. Dylan Hamilton. Hunter Ward. Johnny Wright Sr. and then Kristen Rask. Due to time restraints, we are going to a green-white checkered finish. Green flag in the air. Kevin Mitchell out front. Then it's going to be Dylan Hamilton working his way underneath Johnny Wright Jr. Coming off turn 2. Johnny Wright Sr. taking advantage of it as he got around Hunter Ward. Kevin Mitchell, Dylan Hamilton, Johnny Wright Jr., Johnny Wright, Hunter Ward, and Kristen Rask. Checkered flag in the air for Kevin Mitchell. Vintage heat taken to the track. Your pole setter, the 75 of Gaston Rogers. Beside him, the 4 of Kyle Kitchler. JD Fuquay, Tommy Gilmore, row 2. Ricky Haugen, Chris Brown, row 3. Row 4, Caden White, Robo Hutchinson. Row 5, Craig Crossley and Robin Christensen. Row 6, Dakota Fox and Robert Wolf. Row 7, Bill Blum and Alec Alford. Row 8, Brittany Fife, and I believe it's going to be William Terrell beside Brittany. And tail end of the field, Joey Conti and Ryan Fowler, who's taking over the driving duties of the 14 for Derek Benton. Getting ready to go 20 laps. Getting the 1 to go, Joey Conti, tail end of the field in the 23X. Once again, thank you all for coming out tonight for racing here at Southern Raceway. Also want to thank everybody for tuning in live on Facebook with Just Dirt Productions. Gaston Rogers leading the field into the starting box. Kyle Kitcher with him, green flag in the air. We are underway. Gaston Rogers, Kyle Kitchler looking underneath Rogers coming off turn 4. Kitchler to the point. Rogers, then it's going to be the 31 of Tommy Gilmore, your top 3. Then it's going to be JD Fuquay. Oh, Chris Brown, top of turn 2. Chris Brown was trying to make a move along with about 2 or 3 other drivers, and he had to take an evasive maneuver to go to the high side and went just a little too high. Resetting the field for you, Kyle Kitchler. Then it's going to be Gaston Rogers, Tommy Gilmore. 4th place is going to be JD Fuquay. Then it's going to be Caden White, the wild child Ricky Haugen in the 12. at your top 6. Chris Brown back under power as he's behind Joey Connie as we get ready to restart. Field gets 1 to go. Kyle Kickler on the point. Gaston Rogers, Tommy Gilmore, J.D. Fuquay, Caden White, your top 5. 2 on the board, 18 to go here at Southern Raceway. Kyle Kickler on the point. See how it shakes out. The wild child, Ricky Haugen, in 6th. Green flag in the air. Craig Crossley in 7th. As we are back underway. Kickler showing the way. Gaston Rogers. Oh, Tommy Gilmore goes around and they just pile up behind him. Turn 2. Looks like that involved the 31. I think that also ended up. Kyle Kickler on the point. See how it shakes out. The wild child, Ricky Haugen, in 6th. Green flag in the air. Craig Crossley in 7th. As we are back underway. Kickler showing the way. Gaston Rogers. Oh, Tommy Gilmore goes around and they just pile up behind him. Turn 2. In his 52 machine. Tommy Gilmore. Looks like J.D. Fuquay got some more damage in just a spin. Looks like he's taking it off turn 3. Looks like he might have gotten a flat Hoosier. Gaston Rogers in 2nd place gets to pull, pick higher low. Caden White slides into the 3rd spot. Scott Sessions. Then it's Robo Hutchinson in the 11 machine, rounding out the top 5. Alec Alford. Robin Christensen in the Catholic Life Insurance machine. Robin and Catholic Life Insurance financial planners to make sure you have plenty of money for your retirement plans. Check them out. Three on the board. Kyle Kickler, Gaston Rogers, Caden White, then it's going to be Craig Crossley, Robo Hutchinson, Alec Alford, Robin Christensen, Dakota Fox. Field coming to 1 to go this time by. Courtesy laps for the J.D. Fuquay machine, who suffered a flat tire in that last caution. Here comes J.D. with the new Hoosier. Watch out. Keep your eye out on that purple people eater. He won't be back there long, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Kickler leading them into turn 3. Heading to the starting box. He drops the hammer, hits the happy button, green flag in the air. Gaston Rogers, Caden White side by side. Rogers up high, White down low. Then it's going to be Robo Hutchinson, Craig Crossley, Robin Christensen. Alec Alford can't get past turn 2. Lap 4. The 7 of Alec Alford. Turn 2. Alec Alford back under power going to the tail end of the field. Where's Gaston Rogers going? Wasn't sure. I thought he might be driving to get to the pits. It's going to be Kyle Kickler, Gaston Rogers, Caden White, Robo Hutchinson, Scott Sessions, Dakota Fox, Robin Christensen, Chris Brown. Green flag in the air. We are back underway. 3 on the board. I need to apologize to Craig Crossley. I'm used to Scott Sessions driving the 53, not Craig. I apologize. Coming to complete lap number 5. It's the 4 of Kyle Kitchler. Starting to shake things, sort things out. Kyle Kitchler. Then it's going to be Gaston Rogers, Caden White, Craig Crossley. Caution, lap 6. Robin Christensen. Six on the board, 14 to go. Green flag in the air. They are bottom feeding tonight at Southern Raceway. Everybody's wanting that berm. Kyle Kitchler, Gaston Rogers, Caden White, Robo Hutchinson, Craig Crossley. J.D. Fuquay making quick work as he gets around Craig Crossley, closing in on Robo Hutchinson in the 52. We've got 7 on the board. I don't know what number that is, but it spun like a clown car in two. Yellow, lap 9. Yellow, lap number 9. We are now halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Due to time, we are counting caution laps in this feature. Waiting for the field to double up. Kyle Kitchler. Then it's going to be Gaston Rogers, Caden White, J.D. Fuquay, Chris Brown. Your top 5. Craig Crossley in the 6th spot. Chris Brown in 7th. Green flag, we're underway. Lap 12 on the board. Oh, look out. Gaston Rogers got a tap and goes around high top of turn 2. Resetting the field, Kyle Kitchler, Caden White, J.D. Fuquay in this feature. We're on lap 14, 6 to go. We are counting caution laps due to time. It's going to be Kyle Kitchler, Caden White, J.D. Fuquay, Tommy Gilmore in the 31. Craig Crossley in the 53. Robo Hutchinson, Alec Alford. Five laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Kitchler on the point, coming to a green flag. We will have 4 to go this time by the flag stand. Green flag in the air. Kyle Kitchler leading the way. Caden White running 2nd. J.D. Fuquay 3rd. Tommy Gilmore, Craig Crossley in that order. Four to go. Out front, it's going to be Kyle Kitchler, Caden White, Tommy Gilmore. J.D. Fuquay's gotten his car straightened back up as he's battling Craig Crossley. Caden White motors around Kitchler off of 2 with the high side hustle. 2 laps to go this time by. going to be Caden White, Kyle Kitchler, Tommy Gilmore, J.D. Fuquay. Then it's going to be the wild child, Ricky Haugen, up in the mix. Last lap, Caden White going down the backstretch. 3-car length advantage over Kyle Kitchler. As the real battles between Tommy Gilmore, J.D. Fuquay, and Ricky Haugen coming to the checkered flag. It's going to be Caden White, Kyle Kitchler, Tommy Gilmore, J.D. Fuquay, and Ricky Haugen. Lowry showing the way. Lane Heat. Then it's going to be Tuberville running in third, Greg Tuberville. Fourth spot's going to be Dalton Rathel. Then it's going to be the 22 of Michael Porter. Out front, Tommy Lowry. 12 on the board, 8 to go. Lane Heat, Greg Tuberville, Dalton Rathel, Michael Porter. Tommy Lowry showing the way, 7 to go. They are closing in on the car. I believe that's going to be the 594 of Zach Mabry. And there goes the tube machine of John Victor. 14 on the board. Caution out. It's going to be for the 2 of John Victor in turn 4. Tommy Lowry, your leader. Lane Heaton, Greg Tuberville. Dalton Rathel, Michael Porter. Charlie Walker in the 13. Martin Tucker in the 37. Outside of him, the 594 of Zach Mabry. We've got 6 to go. 2 for 1 on all prepared foods. 2 for 1 on all prepared foods. Green flag in the air. Tommy Lowry on the gas, Lane Heaton second. Then it's going to be Greg Tuberville, but here comes Michael Porter after getting around Dalton Rathel. Now he wants third, and he's challenging Greg Tuberville. Oh, the 37 Martin Tucker went boom. That does not look good for Martin. He is steaming on the backstretch. Resetting the field for you, Tommy Lowry, Lane Heaton, Greg Tuberville out of Robertsdale, Michael Porter, Dalton Rathel, Charlie Walker in the 13, Zach Mabry in the 594, the 2 of John Victor, and slowly getting pushed to the pits, it's going to be the 37 of Martin Tucker. I don't know if they got all the water worked in good or not. Greg's still out there. I think he wants one more run through. Tommy Lowry leading them through the water spot. Everybody driving through, hammer down. Field coming to the 1 to go this time by. Greg on his side-by-side, running and hiding. We've got 16 on the board, 4 to go. Stingers, get ready, you're up next. Stingers, get ready, you're up next. 16 on the board. Green flag, Tommy Lowry. Lane Heaton, Greg Tuberville. Your front three, Dalton Rathel, Michael Porter battling it out for 4th and 5th. Porter up to 4th. It's going to be Rathel to 5th. Lowry, 3 laps to go as the field behind him is starting to battle it out hard. 2nd place, Lane Heaton. Greg Tuberville 3rd. Michael Porter, Dalton Rathel. That's where most of the action is happening as Lowry continues to lead with 2 to go. Lowry putting on a show, trying to lead wire to wire. Lane Heaton worked up to 2nd. Greg Tuberville, who started tail end of the field, now worked his way up to 3rd, while Michael Porter going to the front, back, and now back to the front and 4th. And Dalton Rathel, the top 5. Last lap for Lowry. Lowry last time down the backstretch. Tuberville peeking to the inside of Lane Heaton. Heaton says, no way. You're going back to Robertsdale in 3rd. Lowry, your winner. Lane Heaton, Tuberville, Michael Porter, and then it's going to be Dalton Rathel. Last feature of the evening, folks. Looks like Zach Mabry. Once again, we've got a set of keys at the top of the tower. If you're missing some car keys, you might want to come over to claim them. Here come your Stingers. Brian Christian, Charlie Simmons. Row 2 is going to be Alex Berry, Brandon Seidner. Row 3, Tien Gakowski and Russell Estain. Row 4, Josh Douglas, Kyle Williams. Row 5, Curtis Cotton, Mater Bolton. Row 6, Jacob Mashburn and Sean Barnes. Tail end of the field, Josh Barber in the 42. Field coming, taking the 1 to go. Coming to a green flag. Brian Christian in the 15 on the point, leading them to the starting box. Charlie Simmons beside him, they're on the gas. Green flag, we are in the air, underway. Brian Christian, Charlie Simmons. Simmons, a high side hustle as he puts Christian behind him. Then it's going to be Alex Berry in the 3rd spot. Russell Estain, Brandon Seidner, Tien Gakowski. Then it's going to be the 1 of Josh Douglas. 1 on the board. Out front, Charlie Simmons showing the way. Brian Christian running 2nd. Alex Berry, here comes your points leader. Russell Estain, he wants to not only get the points, but get the mid-season championship out of the way. But Charlie Simmons, he's got other plans out front in the 95 as he is pulling away. Alex Berry trying to get around Brian Christian, as is Russell Estain closing in as well. The race is developing for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th behind Charlie Simmons, and Estain is wanting more. Russell Estain pulling up beside Alex Berry going into 3. Charlie Simmons out front. Brian Christian in second. Estain up to third. Estain now wanting to get the second spot. Oh, we got a caution coming out, lap number 5. Make it lap 4. The one of Josh Douglas got turned around on the front straightaway, brought out a red-yellow situation. So we go back to lap number 4. That's going to make it Charlie Simmons, Brian Christian, Russell Estain, Alex Berry, Brandon Seidner, Tian Galkowski, Kyle Williams, Jacob Mashburn in the 11, Mater Bolton in the 27, Josh Barber, Curtis Cotton back there with Josh Douglas. Field getting 1 to go. Charlie Simmons on the point. Charlie Simmons, Brian Christian, Russell Estain, your front 3. We've got 4 on the board, 16 to go. Green flag in the air. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain trying to get around Brian Christian as they go into 1. Christian down low. Estain's got that 3 wound up. Christian trying to save the 3rd spot. He can't do it as Brandon Seidner's closing in on there. Christian drives it deep. He takes Seidner up high. Everybody scrambling. Kyle Williams up to the 3rd spot. We got cars everywhere. Lap 6. .42 of Brandon Seidner was involved. Brian Christian's been sent to the back of the field. Brandon Seidner's been sent off the track. Resetting the field, it's going to be Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Kyle Williams, your front 3. 4th place going to be Tian Galkowski with Alex Berry beside him. Charlie Simmons bringing them to a green flag. Green flag in the air. Russell Estain going right with him. Kyle Williams in third, but he's feeling the pressure from the 330 of Alex Berry. They touch. Cars going every direction. Everybody gets it back in line. Out front, it is Charlie Simmons, followed by Russell Estain. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been handed a note to announce the playground is closed. I've been handed a note about the playground is now closed. If you do not have your child yet, please go get your child. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Tian Gakowski, Alex Berry. Then it's going to be I missed the number on the gray car, but behind him is Josh Barber. Brian Christian having issues down the backstretch as Charlie Simmons is feeling the heat from Russell Estain. We've got 8 on the board. Christian back under power. Must have just popped out of gear or something. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, 1-2. Then it's going to be Tian Gakowski, Alex Berry. The 44, Sean Barnes, is chasing down the 42 of Josh Barber as we're halfway. Simmons, Estain, 1 and 2. Gakowski running third. Berry fourth. Then it's going to be Barber in fifth. Brian Christian's 4-cylinder doesn't sound too hot right now. We've got 12 on the board, 8 to go. Oh, problems on the backstretch. Looks like the 11 was involved. Now pulling back up into traffic. Everybody's moving. We're going to stay green. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Tian Gakowski. 1, 2, 3, 12 on the board. Oh, Simmons almost got crossed up. He saves it, keeps it off of Estain as we're up to lap 13. The 27 car, Mater Bolton, having some issues. Oh, Tian Gakowski dive bombs, gets the spot from Russell Estain as they try to negotiate around Mater Bolton. Alex Berry in the 4th spot. I'm hearing reports of debris on the track. I do not know for sure.
I didn't say that. Sorry. I had to make sure that for him before I said, hey, is that your way, buddy? You wanted to make sure he said, get your big ass out of the way. But I did get you like right there on turn 1. I'm sure he's out there about
It's going to be Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Tian Gakowski, Josh Barber, Alex Berry, as we are down to 6. Tail end of the field, Curtis Cotton. 6 laps to go, and get ready. Curtis Cotton, watch out. This is the time for the 69 to come alive. He hangs in the field. You see him here, you see him there, and then all of a sudden you see him up front. He's got 6 laps to go, and he's in 6th place. Looks like they're picking up some debris starting in turn 3, going all the way almost through turn 4.
about 69, okay? All right. Unless that's your age.
Resetting the field for you, it's going to be Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Tian Galkowski, Josh Barber, Alex Berry, and the 69 of Curtis Cotton. Cotton powering up with the rest of the field out front. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Tian Galkowski, Alex Berry up to fourth. Then it's going to be Josh Barber, Curtis Cotton. Barber has Cotton approaching quick as Estain and Simmons are battling it out. Alex Berry gets around Tian Galkowski as Russell Estain's trying to find a way around Charlie Simmons. We got 5 to go here in the Stinger division. Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Alex Berry, Tian Galkowski, Josh Barber, then it's going to be Curtis Cotton. 4 to go. Russell Estain trying to get around Charlie Simmons. Simmons holding his line, and Estain cannot seem to break the bubble between them. Alex Berry, Tian Galkowski, Josh Barber, Curtis Cotton. 3 to go. Estain's been peaking high. Is he going to look to the inside of Charlie Simmons as they head into 3? Estain looks to be dropping down low, coming off 4. Simmons, Estain. Simmons at the stripe, but Estain still digging hard. Hard, clean racing between the front 2 cars as Alex Berry now gets into the mix with 2 laps to go. White flag next time by Charlie Simmons, Russell Estain, Alex Berry, Tian Galkowski. Last lap for Charlie Simmons. Nice return for Charlie. Russell Estain running strong, Alex Berry, Tian Galkowski. Then it's going to be Josh Barber and Curtis Cotton. Coming off turn 4, your leader, winner, Charlie Simmons. Russell Estain, Alex Berry. And then it's going to be Tian Galkowski, followed by the 42 of Josh Barber. That completes tonight's racing action, folks. Have a safe trip home. Thank you for coming out. Remember, keep an eye on Facebook for our next scheduled date. I have not heard if we are racing July 17th or not. No racing on July 17th.
I'm coming back.
Full schedules on Facebook under photo.